We were talking business.
Business talk.
We got business to talk. Who knew?
Who knew we would eventually have business to talk? Jesus Christ, what have we become? Responsible adults.
No, we haven't become that yet, Ashley.
No, anyone that saw me on Sunday knew that I was not a responsible adult.
You know what I just thought? This is really sweet, and you're genuinely going to appreciate this. Nobody listening to this is going to appreciate this reference at all. We're fucking quee in the gang, is what we are. We just built a little wing and groove down here on our own.
Yeah, look at us.
We're gonna put on a show.
We're gonna put on a show, kids.
Okay, there are not a ton of y'all with us live yet. That's okay, because everybody will be able to see this afterwards.
That's right.
And I don't want to take all afternoon. We are still a couple minutes early, though, so I will wait a little longer. I told them 2:30. I can't believe we were early. I thought I was running late. I was still running at the mouth.
No, look, we had a lot to talk about. This is a lot to unpack, Joel.
It's so much. And it feels like every day I wake up with one more
new idea. I'm so excited.
Not just new idea, but like a new deep understanding of myself or why any of this mattered, or like I genuinely do. All right, where are my notes? Here are my notes. I've got a bunch of feedback to talk about.
Good.
Before we get into our little discussion of the thing. Yeah.
Speaking of unpacking, I still haven't. I have got.
Have you really not?
No, Joel. No, Ashley is like lost and trapped in time right now. I went back to work and I was like, this isn't. I was trying to get my steps in the cube farm, and I was like, fuck, this is not the French Quarter. I could walk for fucking days in the French Quarter. Getting in 6,000 steps in my fucking office building makes me want to kill myself.
Okay. My dad, we used to make so much fun of him when I was little because he would walk in the woods. He was a hunter, an avid hunter and outdoorsman, and he would hike in the woods for miles and miles and miles, not just even in season, but like preseason when he's planning, where am I going to put my stand? Where am I going to put my food plot, et cetera, et cetera. All day long he would walk in the woods and come home with vigor and verve and so full. Oh, let's do something more. And then we would go to the mall, and he would walk for 15 steps from the food court to the first department store. And then he'd
be like, I'm exhausted.
Oh, my feet and my legs. And he'd want to sit down on the bench the rest of the trip while the rest of us wandered around, right? I don't know about you, Ashley. I walk pretty good at Disney World, too.
I sure do. Brett and I walked 32 miles in 3 days at Disney World.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, with 4 children, you don't get to walk quite that far, but we always walk pretty far in a 3 or 4 day trip too.
We hurt ourselves that trip. I was like, what the fuck did we do?
I walk better in the French Quarter though than I do in Disney World.
Anywhere else.
And the French Quarter is to be so flat, that is the most uneven ground on God's green earth. A step in every direction, always, either up or down.
Yes, those flagstones are uncooperative.
Okay,
on a good day.
Melissa is here, and that's all that matters. As long as Melissa made it, we can start, Ashley. So here we go.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. All right,
so happy.
Listen.
Listen.
I'm not saying that the world has turned a corner towards a brighter day and future because all of us got together in New Orleans, but all of us did get together in New Orleans, and the world has in fact turned a brighter day towards a brighter future.
Is it just a coincidence? I'm not sure.
The Fae have returned to the British Isles. Ashley, have you seen this? There are white stags in Scotland. White stags seen in Scotland for the first time in a generation.
Well, I believe that my homeland is calling me home then. Let's go.
Welcome to the Articulate Coven, the original, unofficial fan podcast and community for Anne Rice's Immortal universe, The Vampire Chronicles, Lives of the Mayfair Witches, and the Immortal Universe TV series from AMC and AMC+. The Articulate Coven is Ashley and Joel, but it's supported by listeners just like you. Find out more at articulatecoven.com/join.
Okay, here's the first story that I want to share with y'all. And in the eventual episode version of this that goes out to the public, which you guys, you don't even know. You're so lucky that you're going to get this. Christine from Pittsburgh, who I met through TikTok the other day.
Uh-huh. Is this the gal from the hotel?
So I'm on TikTok and I'm looking at some of the videos that we had posted. I'd cut a couple of shorts from our New Orleans trip and they did very well. You'll be amazed at how many people have opinions on beignet location. For instance, I had no idea there were so many Morning Call fans. I knew I was going to get the Cafe Du Monde defenders.
Oh, no. Morning Call, it's a huge following there.
It's a very big deal. Anyway, I'm looking at those videos and I notice a message request in TikTok. So I go over and look. Seems like this nice woman. I look at her profile before I even bother to accept the message. And I'm like, okay, this isn't a crazy person. So then I go look at the message. Here's the message. Hello. This is a very weird message. Sorry and apologies. Apologies in advance. I was in town for the Anne Rice Vampire Ball and actually inadvertently walked in on you guys producing this episode on Sunday afternoon at the Inn on St. Peter. Ashley, I didn't get any further in the message. I'm like, wait a minute.
What?
You just wandered into our recording? What?
Yeah.
And you found me then too? She was already watching us because she loves the podcast, Ashley.
Yeah.
She recognized us sitting there in the courtyard recording.
Even with that
ma'am,
film of hangover sweat, she was like, there's Ashley.
I said, ma'am, why didn't you interrupt us? It would have first of all, it would have made the final recording for sure, but also it would have literally made our day. It would have been one of the highlights of what it was, an amazing weekend.
We would have died.
Yeah, for a rando to be like, hey, you were just at my hotel too? Anyway, it immediately made me think, though, maybe we book out a whole hotel next time. That's not what we're doing. Okay.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
But Christina, this lovely name, or Christine from Pittsburgh, she says, here's the weird part. I was like, here's the weird part? The weird part wasn't that the podcast you like happened to be recording in your hotel?
In the courtyard of your hotel?
Here's the other thing, though, that it taught me right there at the beginning of this message, which we're going to get more to why I've gone on this insane run that I have. Ashley, people that listen to us on a regular basis didn't know to look for us in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Like, Christine was surprised when she bumbled across us, not like, oh my God, my friends, but like,
right.
What the heck? Okay. Here's the weird part. Do you happen to have contact information for that hotel? I need to reach them because I left something there and they do not answer their phone or messages or emails. Sorry to bother you. I love what you do. Such smart and charming analysis. Best, Christina. Christina, first of all, I've found resolution for that before you all get worried about Christina. She did not get her stuff back. It was not at the hotel.
Oh, shit.
She called. She thought maybe she had left it at the apothecary. They didn't have it either. It was not a huge amount of gifts that she had left behind, but it was some gifts for some loved ones. And so she lost. She said, oh, well, I guess I got to go back.
Well, you darn. What does Ashley always say? You always leave at least one more thing to do for next time when you go to New Orleans.
Okay, that's too perfect a teaser not to go ahead and say it here. You always leave a little something behind. Ashley, you and I left a little something behind. We left a little something on the table because we didn't do a live recording. Now,
we did not.
I did get my fanfare at the bar at the final event, and in the final recording of this, I'll put it in. I think it was in the recording, the episode of the live stream that I put up too at the end. But at the Will in the Way. Sweet. Welcome to the original unofficial fan podcast and community for Anne Rice's Immortal Universe. We are the Articulate Coven. We're your hosts. I'm Joel.
I'm Ashley.
And we are the Articulate Coven. We did the intro to the show out loud, standing there, hugging each other, drinking our drinks. And the crowd went wild, and it was genuinely one of the highlights of my life.
It was
so I was
great.
Like, when we gonna get on stage and let people clap for me again, Ashley? When we gonna do that?
When you want to do that, Joel? Let's figure out a time.
We're going to go ahead and do it next year, y'all. We're going to do it next year. Now, full details coming at the end of this event. On the Patreon, you can find 2 posts that are going to go live with details for 26 and 27. We'll talk about it more in a minute. But just know, if you're like, oh no, Joel started planning something for 2 years from now, but I was going to New Orleans next year. That's fine. We'll be there too.
We're going to be there.
We'll be there too.
We'll be there.
All right.
I haven't told Brett yet.
First of all,
we're going to be there.
I love it. Mandy Taylor says New Orleans, November 1st was a very singular time and space, a moment in time and space that you could have run into all your vampire favorites.
Seriously.
Okay. That leads me, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead a little bit in the feedback here. Someone asked my dog to bark, apparently.
Bark. I closed my windows before we started. Yeah.
Rose is very excited.
Brett's at rehearsal, so I knew they would go crazy.
Somebody is working on it. I know some of you were worried about Rose, by the way, because she was very sick while we were in New Orleans. She was literally just lonesome. So don't be surprised if Joel has to find himself an Airbnb or a VRBO or literally just a buddy with a house. I think I might have to take my damn dog with me the next time so that she doesn't miss Kelly.
Thought about our dogs. I mean, like, I'm obsessed with my pets. Real talk, like obsessed. And like, the only anxiety I have about vacation is literally leaving my house and leaving my animals. And we got home and they've not let me out of their sight. I mean, it's been ridiculous. But the whole time we were down there, we were like, I wish our dogs were here. We could be walking them around with us. They're so cute and fun. And it also brings me to a point that I don't think, like, okay, real talk. I want pet tax from you guys that listen to us. Like, we need a pet post in the group because I want to see everybody's pets. Tommy brought his dog with him to New Orleans, and that was the first time I was like, we don't talk about pets enough.
Okay, so Ashley Hamilton, who is not in this live stream today, we're going to be talking about chats, and afterwards some of you are going to be like, why didn't I know about the live stream? The live stream is incredibly limited. It's $10 patrons, it's Nancy Ward, and it's a handful of folks that were in New Orleans, honestly, that are in our street team now. I have formed the Articulate Coven street team. These folks are who we've been bouncing ideas off of the last couple of days. They've very much helped us hone this in. And so they are chatting live. Some of them are going to get shared on the show. Yeah. I wanted to explain that. Sorry.
Called it a street gang because my group chat for my improv crew is our Venezuelan street gang because that cracked me up so bad during the presidential debate. I was like, Kamala Harris is a secret Venezuelan street gang? And I immediately renamed our group chat.
In radio, when an artist is launching a new album, their street team is like their top level fans that help promote the thing and are make sure that Taylor Swift is, added to your to be listened to or whatever. So these are the folks that are going to cheerlead us and help us make this all happen. Exactly. All right, here was the feedback that I was going to get to because somebody said it was Mandy said it was that moment in time when you could have met all your vampire besties. Wild Marjoram Diesel Punk on YouTube asked during our live stream, did you meet Maven of the Eventide? And we said, I think we mentioned it on the show. We didn't meet Maven. We didn't meet Autumn Brown either.
Yeah.
Okay. In discussion of these upcoming events that we're going to get a little more detail about here in a little while, I got lots of people involved already. I don't have any ends for Maven. I don't have any ends for Autumn. So if you know those folks.
Somebody knows Autumn, I think. Is that?
I think a few people do. Zach met him at least. Zach met Autumn at the event, I know. And several of y'all have met Maven. Rose knows Maven and mentioned that she might reach out. Anyway, we're down to talk. We're down to talk. Y'all let us know. All right.
Down to clown.
Bran said, I shared it a minute ago, that Bran left their heart in New Orleans. And that is exactly how it feels.
Real talk.
Melissa says, bring all the doggos, please.
Yes.
Bran, don't bring all 5 cats. Listen, I don't know if y'all saw it. At one point, I did see, I'm fairly certain this was on Bourbon Street, maybe Royal, but I saw a man pulling a suitcase with 5 cats on this, just with claws on the suitcase, just holding on to the suitcase as he strolled it through the quarter. Anyway,
New Orleans, what a city. What a fucking
Bring
city.
all 5 cats. I used to street team for William Control. I don't know William Control, Kayla, but yes, you know what I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm
cool.
talking about. Okay. Okay. I had one piece of, where was I going to start with the feedback? All right. We did Christine. Oh, Melissa. I was going to start with Melissa. So first of all, Melissa has had a journey like fucking Moses, y'all. Melissa comes from the Quebec area. She got stuck in Canada to leave, first of all, not because, she had an issue at the border or anything, but like the planes weren't taking off. And then she finally got into the States. They stuck her in Houston because why would you want to be in Houston when you could be in New Orleans?
Horrific places.
And when she tried to ask, what am I doing here? They were like, why do you want to be in Houston and not New Orleans? I'm not supposed to be in Houston. The bags got lost. Maybe the hotel reservations got canceled. Anyway, she finally gets there. As the time of her life, Melissa was so lovely to meet in person, and obviously Melissa is the inspiration for the live stream episode called I'm so happy. She's been with her mom though. She wasn't back to her actual house until like yesterday, 2 hours ago, or today maybe. Anyway, she says, I'm only now catching up on this live stream. You guys, I love you so much. Been a busy week and I still have not found the words to describe how amazing and extraordinary the weekend has been. It was total chaos getting there, between the cancellations, being stuck in Houston of all places. As soon as I set foot in New Orleans, it was all forgotten because I got to be with my people in this extraordinary city, having the best of conversations with the most amazing human beings. I still feel overwhelmed when I think about it. I am so happy, or filled with happiness, if you prefer, smiling face. And then she said, wait, I was not done with my comment, stupid keyboard. A few things. Ashley, I'm also in love with you. Joel, I love that you get filled up and overwhelmed. It made me feel totally normal crying at random hours and having so many emotions all the time. Both of you, thank you for making me feel like a rock star. You are a rock star.
You are a rock star.
And this was the funniest one. Kelly, how was your salad? Which I had honestly forgotten about. Kelly left our live stream to go eat.
I walked past the Inn on St. Anne that last night we were there on that Monday, and I was like, man, Kelly's salad traveling across the fucking fridge quarter is one of my favorite, most hilarious parts of the weekend.
Wish we had a camera on the desk clerk at St. Anne as he got delivered 3 separate salads over the course of a 3-hour span for a customer that didn't stay there.
That was not staying there.
I asked Kelly, Melissa, first of all, I remembered vaguely her answer the first time when she had told me how the salad was finally, but I asked her specifically today, and if I would have had my camera up, I would have just videoed her to put it in here, but I will do my best Kelly impression. I said, Kelly, how was your salad? And she goes, fine.
Love her so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, so it was fine. After 3 hours wait, it was not great. It was not worth the wait for sure.
Also, how sad it was a salad. Like it wasn't even like fried chicken or something.
Since we mentioned Kelly, I'm going to go ahead and put my title for this episode in here now. I told you before we started recording, I do feel like I have overwhelmed her a bit with my blather over the last few days. She gave me some lovely poetic feedback, though. I was saying to her sort of what I said to Rose, which is, I think, hey, we basically promised nothing. We planned nothing. We didn't even do a live performance, and 50 or 60 people showed up to say, we love you and we love what you're doing and do this again. Yeah, we want to hang out. So if we plan a few things, and if we did do a live performance, like I think it's crazy to think that we couldn't do 200 or 250 maybe. And if we plan a full day event, I don't think it's crazy to think we could do 500 or 1,000 maybe in 2 years with some planning and some pre-prep and some promotion, right? Anyway, I'm explaining that all out to Kelly, and she tries to be my kite string, right, and keep me grounded. Also, though, she doesn't ever want to burst my bubble, right? She likes that I am flighty, and she likes that I am imaginative, and she likes that I am ambitious. And so she said this just nugget. Well, we're not headed in the direction of this not being a big deal.
I love that. I love that. Ugh.
That's exact. That is a more poetic way to say, well, there's not going to be less than 50 or 60 people that show up next year.
Right.
And there definitely won't be less than 50 or 60 people that show up in 2 years if you're going to do so much more, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what we're hoping on. That's what we're counting on. And I loved it. I thought that was perfect.
She's the best.
One correction here from our live stream. This comes from Samantha Reyes. Hello from Mexico again. I forgot Samantha's friend's name. I couldn't recall her friend that came with her. She said, my friend's name is Saul. We had an amazing time in NOLA. The cherry on top was Saturday. Thank you for organizing the tour. Rose was awesome. Meeting you and Coven people.
Tour.
More on that in a moment. Meeting you and the Coven people was great, and Celebration of Life was moving and beautiful. I got to shake Christopher's hand and express how much Anne meant to me. It was a lovely overall experience. I am very happy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Samantha. And I commented on it. Thank you, Soul, for coming with them. And I hope that the next time you all come and join us, whether that be in 26 or 27, is already a much easier trip for you to take for a variety of reasons. We're working on it down here.
Yeah.
One more correction from the live stream. I mentioned a comment from the Celebration of Life from Gary Swafford.
Yes.
The people of the page. Okay. Gary, and I was paraphrasing him at the time. I'm going to do it again, which I shouldn't have done. But Gary said something about supporting and hoping for accurate adaptations of Anne's work. Now, I tried to get as close as I could to Gary's words, and I did say, even in the live stream, that it felt like that was a poke at the AMC event, particularly since Christopher hadn't used any imagery from AMC's TV series. However, I also mentioned that I didn't know Gary.
Right.
Turns out we do know Gary. Gary is one of us.
Gary.
Okay. Hi, Gary, by the way.
Hi,
and
Gary.
we do appreciate everything that you've done. Your words were beautiful. The overall remarks were absolutely lovely.
Looked amazing.
I
didn't take it as personally.
And she said so last week. She's like, it wasn't like that, Joel. You took it real personal. I did take it real personal. I had a chip on my shoulder already.
No, it's fine. We did not get to see any handsome Sam in the videos, so we were a little sad.
I was a little sad. Zach Brahani, who, again, one of those wonderful lights of this trip. Zach's been a very active commenter and a member of the group and et cetera, but like getting to meet him in person, just outstanding. Wonderful human being, too. Zach didn't have trouble on the way in. Zach had a little trouble on the way out. Flights canceled and shit. Thank you. I'm glad you got home.
Come through Coven, though. We got you home.
That's right. He replied on the live stream. He said, for those that don't know, one of the speakers, Gary Swafford, is actually one of us. A lot of the more obscure knowledge about Anne that I know was from him. As of no Immortal Universe mentioning, I've accepted it that Chris probably will never accept it. All right, two things. I'll get to the Chris comment in a minute. So let's talk about Gary for a second. Gary made a post on his personal Facebook page, and I double checked to see, because I was just going to share it directly. He is private. He's not a public open profile on Facebook, so I'm not going to do the whole thing. But effectively what he said was he wasn't shocked that there was reaction to that line. He knew when he wrote it in his remarks that people would have thoughts about it. Mm-hmm. He was surprised at the applause, and he took some of the applause to kind of be in reaction to the AMC series.
Yeah.
However, he was a little surprised and not offended, but he was like, wow, little old me. There's a hubbub online, and we weren't the only ones, by the way. A lot of people on Instagram, a lot of the newer, you got to remember, Ashley and I live in this in-between fandom, I think, right? There are people who literally grew up in an era where the books were coming out first. Mm-hmm. Anne was well established by the time that Ashley and I found her, and yet there is this whole new generation where the books had almost a little bit been forgotten, and it's the 94 or the 2000s movie or this series that's the only reason they know these exist at all. Right? And those are all different looks into this universe.
And it is very clear in the fandom. Like, you can see, like,
there are
you
lines.
Can find us. We all know. Yeah.
But Gary was like, hey, listen, on Thanksgiving, this video is going to come out and y'all all see it, and you can tell exactly for yourself what I was saying and what I meant, hopefully. He literally says the words, I didn't throw any shade. I didn't intend to throw any shade. All he said was that he does, in fact, long for accurate adaptations and wants them to continue. There are other works that haven't been adapted at all, and that was a reference to that. The other thing that he does differ on us a little bit with, and he agrees with Anne on this, Anne always wanted films.
Yeah.
You know, for years and years, we pushed for an HBO Mayfair series, right? And when that would come up on Facebook, she would say, HBO does wonderful work, but I long for films of my work. We were shocked, honestly, when she announced, I've got the rights and I'm working on television series. I was like, that's so surprising. I'm not sure exactly what flipped for her on that. I think maybe she already had the beginnings of that Hulu deal in mind or had discussions. And so she had a direct plan to a thing that she would be heavily involved in.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, that's what Gary was meaning. And no shade to Gary. I didn't intend any, honestly, even when I was saying it. My shade, honestly, was more for what I felt was a heavy reaction from the audience than the words themselves.
Mandy makes a really good point there about films. Films used to have an air of sophistication too that TV couldn't get to, but now TV gets there for sure. Like television has become a much more elevated form of media over the past, like I'd say 15, 20 years, probably since like The Sopranos started up, that sort of thing.
Yes. Zach says he finally got here. Zach, you got here just in time for us to praise you, I think. Maybe you missed it.
Yeah.
If you did, you'll catch it in the replay then. We bragged on you a little bit. So anyway, I hope that corrects the word on Gary. I am now, again, you want to talk about a weekend to live for. I am now Facebook friends with both Gary Swafford and Eric Shaw Quinn. So there's that thing right there.
I
Look at
followed
that.
Eric Shaw Quinn, but I did not send a friend request.
I sent a friend request, baby. I said, come on, Eric, let's do that interview.
I'm going to do it.
All
I'm
right.
doing it. You know what? I'm doing it. After this, I'm going to fucking send him a friend request.
Dude, fool around with me. I'm going to friend request Christopher. You don't even know. All right. Zach said, I hearded it and needed the ego boost before work. Donkey. You're very welcome, bud.
You are so welcome, you little sweet baby angel.
All right. Devious Midget, 5 days ago on the YouTube channel, replied to the live stream and said, so glad you guys survived the night. A time was had. Also, Joel, don't forget you learned about the Earth, Wind, and Fire September song, too. Ashley, glad you survived the green drink. They looked dangerous. So, okay. I don't know who Devious Midget is. I'm not going to blow you up. They're in the Facebook group with their government name, they said in a later comment. And they were at the event. So I'm glad you were there. Which brings me to this. Let me add this before I forget about it. If you are watching this in the replay or on the regular podcast feed or something, and you didn't have a live stream link, but you were with us in New Orleans, email me, articulatecoven@gmail.com. We're cooking up something special. Maybe it's just a sticker on your badge or something for future events.
Gumbo. Just cooking up some
I'm going to send you a sticker. I'm doing something. Anyway, everybody that we met, everybody that was there in New Orleans with us this first time is going to get some acknowledgement in some fashion. So email me if you are watching this late.
So this is a complete side note, but it's just funny to me. One of my really very good friends, Lucy, reached out to me because she saw the postings about this weekend, and I don't think she really knew much about me doing podcasting. She actually may reach out to you because she's got a client that's interested in starting a podcast. So I gave her your info. But she was watching I sent her our links. She was watching that live stream, and she said, Hungover Ashley is so fun. And I was like, Hungover Ashley was struggling. And she said, I feel that. She is giving 2001 hungover poo. Lucy was one of my roommates when I worked at Disney, so she has seen me the most hungover I've ever been, which one of those times I lost my Robin Hood tail on set. I didn't realize a child had stepped on it, ripped my tail off. I apologized to my
I forgot
greeter.
You played Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm. I was telling that story the other night, and I was like, I don't know if I've ever told Joel that I played Robin Hood, but yeah, I gotta
say that might complicate our friendship in a whole new way, Ashley.
I know. I realize that now. Like that was the first time I thought about that. But I apologized to my coordinator. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she was like, well, it wasn't your tail. How would you have noticed? I was like, valid point. Thank you.
Brand says Hungover Ashley is my hero.
Hungover Ashley.
We rallied
so hard.
Yeah. Listen.
Drunken noodles at that Thai place saved my life. I do not normally abuse myself to that degree. My adrenaline was running so hard. Like it was 4:00 and I was like, it's not 4:00. And I was still ready to fucking have a couple more drinks. And I was certain that I was like, I don't even feel that drunk. And then I saw a picture of me that night that Zach posted, and I was like, oh, you were that drunk for sure. You looked that drunk too.
Okay, apparently y'all did not actually see me at my absolute worst during the weekend. The worst for me was on Friday night. Was Halloween? Yeah, Friday night. Okay.
That's not, you guys
we were telling stories.
That's the bourbon in the hotel room night. Yeah, I knew you guys were struggling after that.
We did whiskey and or bourbon, which, by the way, Jolie says that I'm wrong. There is a difference in how they're made. Bourbon can be made anywhere. She's going to explain that to me at a later date.
Let's get an education.
We've got an education coming. But on Friday night, we wandered in and out of Stewart's Hotel and back on to Bourbon fairly frequently. And then towards the end of the night, that's where we made the giant trek all the way to the end of Bourbon Street to go to Crystal Burger at, 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. or something.
Oh, my.
We had to fight a security guard to get into Crystal Burger, Ashley, on Bourbon Street. I mean, that's a story you're not supposed to tell in your 40s.
Oh my God. No. Every level of that story is something you're not supposed to tell in your 40s. The Crystal Burger, you shouldn't. Why are you doing at Crystal Burger? Number one. Number two, why are you on Bourbon Street that late at night and on that end of Bourbon Street that late at night?
We went there. We literally went there. What was said was, we've got to put some food in Carrie. So we had to go to Crystal Burger because it was on her list of things to do. Which, by the way, she basically checked off all of the things that she had to do. The Will and the Way was, I think, the last one that she hadn't done. So when we settled on that as the meetup for the final night, she was like,
that was
yes,
on my list.
Bingo, baby.
That was a great spot, too, by the way. Shout out to the Will and the Way. They were awesome.
It will be on the 2026 rotation, just for the record. It will absolutely. I loved that
super
space.
accommodating and had some non-alcoholic bevy options. We love that.
Okay, all of that to say, I was telling the kids about various things that happened on that night in particular. And Remy, my 16-year-old who likes wrestling, I was like, hey, man, I'm sitting at dinner and I saw Macho Man Randy Savage as he's like headed into the restrooms. And so just as he gets past me, I go, oh, yeah, cream of the crop, man, cream of the crop rises to the top, And then on his way out, when as he's about to get out of the restaurant, I go, oh, yeah, one more time at a distance, I said, I saw a Ric Flair at one point. And he goes, how would you even recognize a Ric Flair? I was like, well, he had the long blonde hair and the long coat.
The feathery sequined coat.
That said Nature Boy on the back of it, Rim. And he was like, oh, he was dressed as like young Ric Flair. I was like, yeah, he didn't dress as 82-year-old Ric Flair, babe.
Oh, that man, at some point,
the other guy didn't dress as dead
an old
Randy
man.
Savage. Yes. Anyway, I'm telling those stories, and Kelly reminds me of one. Not once, not twice, 3 separate times. We passed a fairly large group. I don't know how many guys it was. My sons tell me it was probably 6, 7. But they were dressed as a soccer team, Ashley. What do you think I did when we passed them?
Did you sing ole, ole, ole to them? What did you do?
3 separate times she said we passed them, and just as you'd get to the last one, you would go, goal!
Goal!
For like a long time.
Until you ran out of air.
My lungs are strong.
Yeah, got that good lung capacity. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord.
It was so much fun. Not eating is how I ended up napping on the side of the building after too many whiskey cokes.
This could have happened to me, James. Real talk, because that Saturday, this was my problem too. I did not eat all day that day. We were running late we weren't running late, but we were like did not have time to eat before the tour. However, I did have time to pick up a daiquiri before the tour. And
Daiquiris
also,
are so handy.
They are, and I knew I needed to walk and drink.
We need to do daiquiri and po' boy, Ashley, so you can just
see, that would have been the thing. I was just not on. And then we did not have time to eat before the event. And then when we got to MRB or wherever we were, Brett got in line to order food. They had just closed the kitchen. So
y'all got like the last plate of nachos or something, I think.
We did not.
You didn't get...
It happened before me. So I didn't eat at all on Saturday until 4 a.m., 4:15-ish in my kitchen, where Brett made me stop and eat some leftover chicken from Coop's place. He was like, if you don't eat this, you're going to die tomorrow.
See, that's when you got to fight your way to the end of Bourbon Street to go to the Crystal Burger.
Well,
Ashley.
I was a block and a half away from Verdi Mart. Why my ass didn't just go get some food? I was ready. It was bedtime. I don't know. I was a mess.
Speaking of you, Kyle, Charlene Tempest on YouTube said, hee, glad to hear y'all needed some wrangling at 4 a.m. That's New Orleans done right. Thanks for doing and posting this hangovers and all. It's been wonderful to see all the photos and stuff for those of us who couldn't make it. Love you guys. Okay, that is the number one thing. I'll go ahead and tease here. At 3:30 today, there's a couple of posts that are going live on Patreon, not just for patrons, but for anyone. You can see the post. You can buy a live stream to guarantee that you get to watch us in 2026 when we're there in Halloween, 2027, all the cool stuff we're going to do there. More details still to come later, but I'm teasing it throughout like I'm on the radio. I don't know what I'm doing, guys.
No, it's great.
I feel like
excited.
I'm in sales mode right now.
No, you're excited. It's fine. It's perfect.
Okay. Liz W. says, Joel, can you tell me where you got that shirt again? I need to get one myself. She's talking about the Live Love Lestat shirt that I had.
Which I wore the
was wearing.
rest of the weekend because it was so fucking cold.
It's a very comfortable sweatshirt too, isn't it?
It is. It's my favorite now.
It's a real good one. So we've got a handful of things like that fans have made us and sent us. Those are not, I don't believe that's for sale anywhere. I will just say this though, because I wanted to mention this. Our merch store is about to change. I do not have details on exactly the ways because that's all still in the works. So I'm not announcing anything today other than the current merch store. All the links for merch right now that are out there, they're still working. I'm not going to shut them down, but I'm specifically not shutting them down because I don't know how quickly I'm going to have new options for you. What we will do moving forward will be to move to a seasonal model. So like 3 times a year, maybe 4, we'll do an announcement. Hey, the store is open. We've got a couple of new designs. We will take orders. We will make this stuff and we will ship the stuff. I was very bothered to find out Samantha Reyes is the one that mentioned this first. You mentioned to you, and then she told me the shipping is insane. It's like almost double for her to get a shirt than what the shirt itself costs. And they already mark them up when they're selling those shirts out of the United States. And I don't even blame the company for that. It's a tariff situation, I'm sure, right? But here's what we can't do. I can't inventory. I don't have a warehouse to put shirts and stuff in, so we're not going to do it year round. But we're working with a supplier right now to iron out details about when they would want to launch the first one. We're going to make our own stuff. We're going to sell the sizing and how much you want of what design, et cetera, et cetera. We'll make a bunch of it. We'll sell it. We might make a little extra and sell some extra as the sale ends, and then we'll close the shop down for some period of time and open it back up. We'll announce it on the show. We'll announce it on Facebook, on Patreon. That's, again, for somebody listening to this that is listening to it after the fact, go and subscribe to the Patreon for free. Just sign up for free. You don't have to pay us anything if you're not in a position to. That's fine. Although we're going to give some bonuses for patrons, too, in the future I'll talk about. But if you're a free patron, that means that I can email you. That's what it means. I can make an announcement, and I know that it will go to your inbox, and you'll have a better chance of seeing it. Tommy Sweeney, I'm going to use him. Tommy was in New Orleans with us. Tommy knew we were meeting. Tommy was watching the Facebook group for announcements and still didn't see about drinks the first night that he was in town. So didn't get to meet us at MRB. He only got to meet us the next night.
So much fun with Tommy.
Tommy was delightful. Tommy and Marcelo were delightful.
Real talk, every single one of you are fucking amazing.
So amazing. And here's the other thing, too, that I kept loving. There were so many of our members who brought their partner or their spouse, and their spouse was also delightful and had a great time, even though they're like, oh, no, I don't really read the Anne Rice books or whatever.
Yeah. Or unrelated, or like not even a partner plus one, just like a best friend plus one, or you're my wingman. I always take you everywhere plus
for
one.
Halloween.
Like it was the best. My personal favorite thing though was seeing you guys meet each other. Like that was even better than us getting it to meet you. For me, it was just like, this is the best part because you guys have spent so much time talking to each other too, and everybody getting to see everybody connect and people that wouldn't even know each other if not for this silly little group, you know? I love it. It makes me so happy.
Somebody said we've got to work out the eating times better on the next trip. Kayla says, as the group diabetic, I can help enforce this LMFAO.
Kayla, you're in charge of that. I need an intervention.
Bran says, my prom date and best friend of 30 years was my plus one. Bran, I didn't hear that story when we were together.
He was a sweet little delight.
Yeah.
I loved meeting him. He was so fun.
And everybody was so fucking good looking. I mean, genuinely, y'all.
Gorgeous.
Anyway,
and cool.
real
No
impressed.
one was creepy. No one was weird. It was so good.
I mean, even when overserved, nobody got weird. It was very impressive, y'all.
It was.
Good job.
It was. It was nice.
Okay, Rosalie Gamma on YouTube says, clap, 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 clap. You are wonderful people. And a mwah.
Thank
Listen,
you.
it's Ashley said it. It's not us. It's you. You did this.
Christ, yeah. I mean,
okay,
we would still be talking like this on our own, but it would not be as fun.
Honestly, you and I might have gone to the event. But first of all, we would have had nosebleed seats. We would have had shitty hotels, and we wouldn't have had anybody to hang out with when we were there, except the friends we brought. Except we brought all the friends, actually.
Except we brought all of our friends.
Mouse on YouTube says, Mayfair is pretty popular, whether we book readers like it or not. And that's a good thing for the universe, so I try to keep my scorn to myself. That's about how I feel about it most of the time. I don't yuck people's yum. She says a lot of book purists shit on Interview as well, which is, of course, valid if they don't like it, as you said. But a lot of newer TV fans saying the show is better than the books isn't cool either. And I could see Christopher being salty about that and other issues. For whatever reason, he doesn't comment. It's better he stay out of it, since beef or not, these shows are fueling book sales and interest in his mother. Maybe people should stop cosplaying critics and consider it all to be a win-win. Ooh, that was good. That was a good line, Mouse. I had to share it. I've had conversations with 4 separate people that have more insight than me, let's say, varying amounts of insight, but more insight than me into Christopher's inner workings. All gave me ever so slightly different what they think is the primary, but agreed, as we talked about, it's a stew. There's a stew of reasons, right?
Yeah.
All of them are valid. None of us know what we would do if it was our mama's books. It's absolutely fine that Christopher feels however he wants to feel, and especially knowing that Gary's words were not directly, that he wasn't casting shade, et cetera, et cetera. Like, yeah, I'm fine with it, man. Rose and I were talking about various people or groups that we could potentially involve in these future events that we're discussing. And one of the things that I was sort of outlining, I was like, look, okay, this weekend taught me the variety of the fan base. I knew that it was an expansive fan base. I did not know how many different angles people had come at this thing at, and how many different parts of it are someone's favorite part of it, right?
Absolutely.
There are certain parts of it that if that's your favorite part, and it's really the only part that you want to talk about, you are probably not going to love talking to me about these books and these characters. So it's like, maybe not those folks, but these folks, etc. Anyway, my point to Rose, and this is what I want to say, and this is how I'm going to promote anything we do in the future. Anybody who's not an asshole about their opinion is honestly welcome. If you're not a Nazi and you're not an asshole about your opinion of these things, then you're welcome. If you personally can't get behind the show because everybody's 10 years older, I hear you. That's fine. I hear. Do you like the fan base generally? Do you like cool costumes? Do you like fun people? Then you're going to enjoy the event, right? Because we don't just talk about the shows.
No,
we don't love. Even Interview, we don't love every single thing they have done. I would just point out, all y'all go back to season 1 when I got real tight about Master and Fledgling speaking to one another telepathically. There were reasons for that, as we found out, but still.
But right.
Okay. Here's an interesting one. Let's see. ILMIO. I'm not even going to try to read this. Prignato is the end of it, I believe. They say, come to Ashley's favorite city for your next trip, Orlando. By the way, what's this green drink you keep talking about? Please share. Okay, let's comment on those first.
Sweet tarts.
Okay. I drink sometimes here at our local daiquiri place. They have a sweet tart daiquiri, Ashley, that you can order. The green drink tastes, I honestly hadn't thought about it, but you're right. The green drink tastes like liquid sweet tart on ice, and it is delicious. There's a tremendous amount of some alcohol in it. Somebody told me they thought they read on a sign that it was vodka based. I thought I had tasted rum, but I am not a good judge of those sorts of things.
I will say, based off the hangover, I don't think it was rum. unless it was
There you
like
go.
silver rum. Just because I feel like I would have been more hungover if it was rum.
Okay, Orlando. I will say this. There's not a tremendous amount of vampire history necessarily directly in Orlando, but Orlando is a place that you and I both enjoy being quite a lot, and I know many other people like to be there. I know many other people are already there, and some of those people like vampires too. Here's what is possible in the future. If you all are as excited about this idea of getting together as we are,
because it's
if
really
you
about
all
that.
respond,
It's really
that's-
about us fucking to get to hang out again.
if it's just me and Ashley planning a vacation twice a year to get together, first of all, it's going to be weird for Brett and Kelly, I think, if all of our vacations are together.
Though I do think they're well on their way to becoming best friends forever.
Oh, they'd enjoy themselves. I'm just saying they'd be like, do we have to go with them every time?
Yeah, they created their own.
Brett will be like,
they created their own.
Joel
street
has so many children, Ashley. Do we have to always go with all of the children? Anyway, what we would love to see happen eventually, if enough of y'all want to do it in 26 and come visit us in New Orleans, if enough of y'all want to do it in 27 and come visit us in New Orleans, then yeah, we would like to make off-season. Halloween in New Orleans is going to be the play, I think, as long as everybody wants to ride with that. But
crazy.
There's a whole calendar out there where we could find a time to go somewhere else. And it's like not everybody can get to New Orleans, right? But if we get over on the East Coast, or we go up to the Midwest, or hell, someday we go to, fucking Paris. I'll put it out there into the universe. Let's go to Paris someday.
I mean, let's speak it into the ether.
Yes. Don't twist my arm and say we're going to go do Mickey's Happy Halloween all together as a coven. Yeah, okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's figure it out. But that's for down the road.
Galveston,
That's for down the road.
Kayla says Galveston, which is also a fun spot.
She's not in this chat, but one of our patrons, Jolie, has been pitching me. She's like, hey,
cool.
They've got a hotel, a convention center, a distillery, a winery, all like in one area right on top of each other. We could get good deals, do a whole presentation there. Anyway, lots of potential in the future if you guys get on board with what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
One more piece of feedback here. Where is it? Okay, Mostly Harmless on YouTube says, now that I see you both in the same place, it blows my theory that you're actually the same person. They also said, holy parasocial FOMO. I wish I could have met you guys. Next time, if there's a next time, I'm on the Facebook group too with my government name. That's funny. I literally think somebody else earlier had said government name too. Okay, I thought that I had this captured, my exchange with them, but I don't think I did. Let me pull it up real quick on the YouTube studio, because this is a great example of how my feelings on this have progressed, Ashley. Look in the chat real quick while I'm looking for this and see if there's anything good.
Yeah, let's see here. Shit, I can't scroll up.
Ashley's like, I can't, don't make me do work.
I'm just kidding. No, but I can't scroll up for some reason. I don't know why it won't let me. But Melissa says she can get behind Paris. James seconds Galveston. I will go wherever you want. This lady went a year and a half without a vacation and will never, ever do that again. So y'all just invite me out. I'll just come and hang out on your porch.
Right. Okay. Here's the comment that I was looking for. It wasn't actually in response to Mostly Harmless. It was Michelle Geiger, I believe is the name, on YouTube. They said, are you going next year? I'm so sad I missed it. That was 5 days ago. And 5 days ago, I replied, not next year, but we will do a get-together and a live recording, etc. in 2 years is the current plan. And they liked that. And then in 2 days ago, I said, psst, maybe actually we're going to do a small event next year, but then like the big deal is coming in 2027. And then 2 hours ago, as I'm getting ready for this live, I said, we're totally going next year. Going to want to be at least a free level patron to make sure you get the announcements.
That's so great. Yeah, this has escalated a lot over
0 to
week.
100.
We also were going to take this week off. Like we were supposed to take
I remember
this week
that
off.
one.
And we,
Now, okay.
both of us were like, absolutely not. We are not taking this week off. Absolutely not. I cannot. I'm too pumped. I haven't even been able to make a post about this yet. You know, like.
Ashley is so polite as a general rule. Like when we're ahead, she almost never like chases me down. It's like when you want to record, she kind of lets me wait to push her. She said it first about this one though. She's like, we should totally record an unpacking the trip episode, and I was like, okay, I'm down.
I was like, absolutely not. We've got to record.
All right, here's the final bit of feedback that I'm going to put into the show right here from the Venusian 1314.
Great.
On the live stream during the show, they said, "Aw, this feels like family." That's because it is, y'all.
Because it is.
Y'all want to run it back again? Just like run it back again. Let's do that again.
Let's go round again. Mandy had a really good comment in here about, if you can find it, it's up a little bit, but I couldn't scroll for some reason.
The important element. There we go. Mm-hmm. Is that the one? Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
That's
the
one.
Important element is that you can love what you love about these works or hate what you hate if you need to, but recognize that others have just as much of a right to feel their own versions of it. Their perspectives, not hard facts. That and empathy is how you effectively bring yourselves to these groups without causing fights. Very good. Very good point. Very good point.
Perfect.
All right. Here's what we're doing. Because it's about to go live on the Patreon, so I want y'all to hear about it first, the ones that are in the chat. 2 posts go live at 3:30 our time, like 13 more minutes. One is a $25 post for the Articulate Coven 2026 Convergence. We're calling it the Convergence because Kayla came up with the idea. She made it on a post about this get-together this last year. She said, the Coven's Convergence in New Orleans. And I thought, oh, that's such a good word. Also because it hints at the TV show, right? It sort of gives a vague idea that we're probably TV show fans. The Great Conversion is something they're working towards in the universe, in the Immortal universe on AMC. And this is a hint towards that, I would say. We're going to do the Convergence in 2026. We're going to do the Great Convergence in 27. What do you get for your $25? I'm asking you to make a bet on the Articulate Coven. For $25, you're guaranteed to access the live stream. Whenever we get together, whatever theater we're going to do it in, when we do the live stream in front of people, you'll get to see the show for that $25 guaranteed, no matter where you are in the world. It also, though, will guarantee you an opportunity to buy a ticket to the live event. We don't know how big a crowd we're going to need to prepare for. We don't know how big a space we need. I've already got feelers out to 2 or 3. And they're varied, right? Some of them even offer multiple spaces. So we could do like maybe 100 people. We could do several hundred or bigger. We need to know how many. So your $25 is helping us make that bet. It's helping us to put down some deposits, et cetera, et cetera. And what you'll get for it is not only the live stream, but when we sell tickets, you'll get a $25 discount on whatever the final ticket price is. My guess is we're talking about $50, $75 on the outside is what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm going to try to shoot for. We're not trying to make a lot of money on this. What we're trying to do is cover the hotel rooms for the performers that are going to be involved, and we're trying to cover the event spaces and the price of getting back down there.
Because we just want to do this again.
We just want to do it again. For reals, for reals, for reals. We just want to do it again. All right, so that's the 26 event. $25 gets you the live stream. And it's going to be this. 3 meetups, just like we did, except they're going to be planned ahead of time. I've got Casey Forrester. I've got Rose on the ground down there already. I've got some other folks that have pitched in. Toby is a great travel planner. Some of those folks are going to help me make arrangements with locations so that we've got a roped off area. Only folks with a ticket can get into the meetup. But we're going to have 2 hours at least of separated time in these cool spaces where we'll all get together and get to have those wonderful conversations, get to have cocktails if you want, get to have mocktails if you don't. Mm-hmm. And we just get to hang out with the Coven that we love so much. We're going to do that 3 times across the weekend. My thinking is for 26, we'll do the recording, the live event on Friday night, probably, because that's the 30th. We'll do a get-together either earlier or immediately following the show, depending upon what y'all want to do. And then we'll do the meetup on Saturday early in the day or afternoon sometime so that everybody's free to have their Halloween night. Yep, you can Halloween however you want to in New Orleans. And then on Sunday, we'll do a Sunday night last thing kind of out, just like we did, where everybody can take their, flights on Monday morning or whatever. You can come and do the hangout Sunday evening with us. That's what you're going to get for your ticket. And like I say, I don't know what that final ticket price is going to be, but as soon as we know, those of you who've bought the live stream for $25 will have access to it first. Read the fine print. Once you buy the $25, there's a little fine print down there. I am not guaranteeing that the 2026 event will allow for children. The couple of theaters that I've looked at are 21 and up only. And so for 2026, we may be a 21 and up only event. In 2027, it will not be. 2 of the meetups I can guarantee in 2027 will be all ages accessible, and the event itself will be all ages accessible. We're not going to have nudity. We won't be serving drinks on the convention premises on that big all day long 2027 event. And you're like, all day long? I'm not there yet. I'm getting to it. The other fine print. When you purchase your $25 live stream, depending upon the way that the theater breaks down and how many people sign up and etc., I would like to offer the ability for not only you to buy your ticket at the whatever upgrade price for you, but for you to buy a +1 ticket as well for your partner or spouse or a best buddy to come with you. I can't guarantee that though. So if you know you want another person to come, or you're like, there's 4 of us in our party, every single one of you needs to buy the live stream to guarantee the ability to buy a ticket. And the reason I'm saying that is deposits. I'll have to lock down a space, and then I'll have to come back to you to buy the tickets. And so I don't want somebody to get left out because they're like, well, I don't want to go if my husband can't go. It might not work. There won't be refunds on the tickets at all. There will be transference of the event ticket when we get to that point. I will make sure that we can sell them to each other. So if you buy a ticket whenever we get there and then you're like, oh no, I can't make it to New Orleans in 26, that's cool. You can sell it to a different Coven member that hadn't bought one yet and recoup at least some of your money. We'll work that out as we go. But the $25 is permanent. It's a bet. It's a down payment. It's a deposit, however you want to look at it. You're going to get it back, though, because you're going to get a $25 credit on the ticket price, and you're going to get the live stream and a replay of the event after the fact. The other thing that you will get access to, we're working on a photographer. For the 26 event, I want a photographer to shoot the podcast recordings. And I say recordings. What do I mean? We're not going to be the only ones there. Rose Sinister is going to have a show. She's going to launch it soon on our podcast. She's going to sort of like announce the launch, and she'll start right after she appears on our show. She's going to perform an episode of her show first. Mm-hmm. That'll be at like 7 o'clock probably. And then we'll come on afterwards and close the evening. I'm thinking 3 hours of theater. So a good show. We'll do an intermission, though, unlike the Celebration of Life.
My God.
I'll send everybody to the bathrooms, I promise.
Yes, and I'll eat beforehand, I promise.
We'll get a salad delivered on stage, actually.
Only if it goes on a trip around the quarter.
Okay, so there's the thing. If you want to guarantee the ability to buy a ticket to the live event in 26, make sure you buy the live stream with your own Patreon profile, and then that way I can email you, that way we can interact, that way I can give you the discount code to buy the full ticket. For the 27 event, what's going to be different, Joel? Okay, first of all, we're going to do 2 meetups in 27, not 3 guaranteed meetups. Why is that? There's going to be a VIP event of some sort. I'm working on some variety possibilities, but that will be an extra price over the basic ticket, so you won't get a discount on that for buying the live stream. The live stream for the 2027 event is $50, not $25. Why is it more, Joel? Because the live stream for 2027 is going to be a lot longer. Here's what we're going to do for 2027. We're going to be there for a weekend. We're going to get there on the 29th. We're going to do a meetup. On the 30th, that's a Saturday, all day long, we're going to have a convention-style event, a Coven Con in New Orleans. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have presentations. Ashley and Brett and their crew are going to do an improv show. We're maybe going to have a comedian come. We're going to have tarot card readings for attendance out in the outside area. We're going to have vendors of some sort. And at the end of all that day, I'm shooting for at least a 6 to an 8 hour event. Depending upon how many people sign up, depending upon how many performers we can involve, that'll stretch the thing out, right? But regardless of how long the day is, at the end of the day, about 7 o'clock, Rose will go on stage and do an episode of her show. Then we'll take the stage and do an episode of our show. That'll be the main day event in 2027. That's Coven Con. Some other time that weekend, we're going to do something special, like a restaurant in Jackson Square, maybe, or a riverboat cruise or something. There'll probably be a separate ticketed event. Think the Rose Sinister tour this last time. That's the other thing I haven't mentioned. For 26, for 27, we'll have Rose arranging specific tours just for Coven members. She'll probably do a couple across the weekend so that more people will be able to do it, but that will be separately ticketed.
Tour,
it'll be straight through Rose, not through us, and so all the money will go to her for those tours. But we will try to arrange maybe a discount or a package deal, or just you'll be able to book so that you'll know everybody on the tour is Coven, and you'll have a great time on it. So 2 full events and the main all-day event in 27. That's what you're going to get for the ticket. And what will the ticket price be? My thinking is instead of 50 or 75, it's going to be like 100 or 150 for the full event. And then if you want to do the VIP package, maybe that'll be on top of it. We're going to finalize those details later once we know how many of y'all want to go. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know who I've contacted. I've contacted so many people. First and foremost, we've got a lot of influencers, a lot of other people, creators in the space who are like, I want to go. Can I host a cocktail night? Can I promote the event?
Yeah.
Et cetera, right?
Like,
so like, yes is the answer. Yes and always.
Let's do this.
So, Mandy, to your point earlier, you say that November 1st was that magical moment in time when you could have met all your vampire besties. October 30th, 2027 is going to be when you can meet all your vampire besties. Y'all, we're going to put it together. This is going to happen. Y'all have got me so on fire for this.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm absolutely excited about where we're going to go. My God, Joel, have you slept or eaten at all this week?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. One night in particular, I was up till 4. I was up the next morning at 8. I have never felt more rested than I did that night.
Yeah.
Y'all, the creative fire that you've given me. First and foremost, I shared a reel about it, but I just want to say it here in this show. There was something I saw the other day from, I think it's HB Studios in New York. They shared an Uta Hagen clip, who's a famous actor and acting teacher. And Uta was talking to this actor on stage. She jokes and says, "Do you want me to tell you what's wrong with you?" And the actress says, "Oh." She says, You're not functioning as an actress. You're a born actress, and you should be in a play continuously. You should be acting at all times, and you're not. And what happens is that pent up, and then Uta says, I'm going to cry thinking about it. It took me, you said you haven't made a post about it yet. I haven't really exactly made a post about it yet either. And the reason is because I was still processing that. But that's why it meant so much to me, y'all. This podcast is helpful. Having this community is wonderful. I do speak a lot. I do make a lot of YouTube videos and TikTok videos and everything. But being in front of you, putting on a little show.
Yeah. Well, and real talk, like, now I know exactly who we're talking to. You know what I mean? Like, that is a really cool feeling. Like, knowing, it just, like, and I know things that people like in particular about what we talk about. So now I can make sure that I include more, like, costumes and tailoring and things like that. You know, it's incredible. It's incredible.
This is exciting. I have already asked Kelly to begin giving me some ranges for couples costumes that she would be willing to do. My original thought was, when we do this on stage, I will just wear a nice suit, right? I'll probably get one of those silly suits that I can get fangs printed all over it, or the logo maybe printed all over it and repeat. And I might do that too. But also, we will have a fucking couples costume the next 2 years for sure. I can guarantee
I love
you.
It. Brett and I were bears. Brett and I were bears together on on Halloween. Shit.
I saw you were. Okay, Mandy did not drink much, but did not sleep or did not eat or sleep either. Yeah.
It was hard. It was so exciting. And I was just so, like, I'm with you, Mandy. I had a hard time.
You know that moment, and we've joked about this in the Street Team chat thread, but you know that moment in the 94 film where Kirsten sits up with the bouncy curls and the blood has all gone away from her mouth, and she says, "I want some more."
We want some
more. I want some more. I want some more. I want this all the time. Y'all, we're not there yet. Like, we're going to build this slow. Well, first of all, I know all of y'all are broke too. Like, good God, we all know we spent too much money this week.
Christ.
I felt weird.
My poor credit card.
I felt so weird making any fucking ask at all. But they're genuinely, if we want to make...
What does it mean you have to do it today?
No, that's the other thing. Okay, so what is the timing? Okay, at the bare minimum, we're not going to shut off the live stream for 26 until the end of November. Okay, so you got until the end of November. Now, if we get decent response by the end of November and I get an offer for a space, I might go ahead and close the deal for the size of that space, and we might lock that down. I'm not going to make any promises there. I'll promise you we'll hold it open until at least the end of November. Okay, the 27 pre-purchase. Here's the other thing too. What if it ends up lots of people want to do it, and I'm like, actually the ticket price is going to be way more than that, and $50 for the live stream isn't enough? That's why I'm promising any cutoffs. I'm promising at least some cutoff. All right. 427, you can go all the way to New Year's at the very minimum. I won't change anything on the live stream for 2027 pre-purchase until New Year's. $50 you can get in. That'll guarantee you the ability to buy the live event ticket. You'll guarantee yourself the live stream no matter where you are in the world. You'll guarantee yourself the replay. And I started to mention it, but not exactly, the photographer. My plan with the photographer is, and I'm working on one deal. I hope that'll go through. If that one doesn't, I've got some backups. But whoever the photographer is will provide everybody that has a ticket, whether that's a live stream ticket or an in-person ticket, you'll get access to the full download of the photos. So whatever our professional photos that we get for the event, you'll have access to them. You can get them printed. You can order prints even if you want. You know, you get a great photo of you in costume that our photographer takes. Print it, put it on the wall, baby. Like, make that happen. All of those proceeds, by the way, will go to the photographer. But the digital files will be included in what we pay for the event. All right. Let's back up a little bit now that all of that has been announced. And first of all, I do want to say if you're listening to this in the regular feed or you're watching this on YouTube, this is the first time that the public knows anything about this. Our Facebook group knew that we were going to do something about 2027, but the Facebook group didn't know we were going to do something about 2026. The patrons knew 2027 was coming. They didn't know until just a minute ago that 2026 was happening. So
my husband doesn't
anyway,
know that.
I love that you haven't. Okay, so that makes me feel much
He's
better
not
about.
gonna care. He's not going to care.
Yeah. Well,
I did actually.
the ask is little for them too. They just have to come.
You just have to come. You just have to come along. Oh no, you have to
I mean,
go
to
New
be fair,
Orleans?
we are asking Brett to put on a show too. So.
No, I've already. I mean, I did ask him that before I volunteered.
Oh
that.
yeah, he was excited about 27. He just didn't know about 26.
Yeah, he just doesn't know about. He just didn't know about 26 yet.
I just keep telling myself this: if we have business to do in New Orleans at least once a year, well, that means that we have
go
to
New
go
Orleans at least.
we
once
have
a
to go to
year.
do pre-business in New Orleans at a
Ooh.
different time, right? Like we'll have to go see a space. We'll have to go meet a person. We'll have to go have some. We'll have to go do some press, perhaps.
Oh,
Anyway,
might have to fly.
shame if we had to go to New Orleans. All right.
It's a burden, but I'll do it for
want
you.
to-
You are beautiful, Coven.
I want to back up a little bit and talk to you about the event a little bit and unpack. You know, this episode was supposed to be about unpacking New Orleans. We've talked a little bit about feelings, and then we've most talked about how we can't unpack and we got to go back.
We got to repack. I still haven't unpacked. My bag is half full of dirty clothes that smell roughly of Bourbon Street.
I want to talk to you first about the event itself, the celebration of life. First of all, a lot of press that we didn't. You and I were there doing it, so we didn't realize all the press coverage. But there's like lots of local news, and the newspaper did stuff, NOLA.com, and
there was a ton of press, and my news feed is. I mean, it's very curated, and I get a lot of like New Orleans stuff in it anyway. But yeah, it was very well covered, and it was very well attended. I kept saying on the live feed that Anne would have loved it. She would have loved it. It was so lush and beautiful. The stage itself looked so beautiful. They had it like
makes sense why it took so long for them to put it together.
Yeah,
in
100%,
retrospect,
100%. And then especially like, I mean, we didn't walk all the way through the theater, so I only got to see like a snippet of like the photographs and the displays and the photo ops and things like that they had up, you know.
I didn't see any of the merch table. I know.
No, I didn't see the merch table.
A lot of
at
y'all
all.
bought some, but I didn't see it at all.
I didn't either. I missed that completely. So yeah, we missed. We didn't get to see a lot of like the theater itself, but man, it was so gorgeous. It was beautiful.
Oh, this is funny. Patrick says, "I still have Bridge Over Troubled Water stuck in my head."
That was a lot of.
Yeah, I've sung it quite a lot.
It was a bridge. The water.
Boy,
was
Rose
troubled.
is really losing it out there. Sorry, y'all.
I'm glad she's feeling better. She was just sad.
Okay, what has been your feedback from you mentioned a couple already of people talking to you, like in your real life, talking to you about going, but what has been the feedback from folks as you get back to work or you talk to friends or whatever that saw you go? What has been the word in your life?
Just everyone's wanted to know how it went, you know, and then like and then when I start describing it, they're like, holy shit, like that's kind of a big deal, you know. Like I was talking to my friend Park in particular was was really, really, I mean, he really put things in perspective when I talked to him on Wednesday. And because I was like, yeah, we got to meet up with some of our podcast listeners, and it was just amazing. He was like how many people were down there? And I was like, I mean like 50. He was like, fucking 50 people? That's insane. And then when I was like, yeah, but most of them probably would have come for the celebration of life anyway. He was like, still fucking 50 people. And then I was like, yeah, we had a gal from Sweden there. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, we had a gal from Canada and a gal from Mexico. And he was like, Ashley, I don't think you realize how fucking amazing this is. Like your perspective on this is like, because my thing was just like, I'm just so high that I got to meet my friends, like.
Yeah, I just met all my friends.
I got to meet all my friends, and that's honestly like, that was the biggest thing for me this weekend was like, I cannot believe I'm finally seeing these people in real life. I've been Facebook friends with a few of you guys for a while. So you're in my life. You're in my newsfeed. I see you on the reg. So getting to see you, like your face and hold your face in my hands. It was just crazy. Melissa and Mandy, I ran into them in front of the Gallier house as we were heading out, and they were heading in for their tour. And Melissa came at me and just was like, Ashley, and it was the most incredible experience probably of my life to date, where it was just like someone just screamed my name out in New Orleans because they recognized me.
It happened to us. Okay, it happened to you and me standing together twice in line at the celebration of life. But before you and I had found each other, Kelly and I were walking, and it happened twice to us where people yelled out Joel and Ashley, thinking I was walking with a redhead. It must be a curly redhead. It must be Ashley.
Joel collects redheads, in case you're wondering.
It's so funny. Kelly often wears her hair up, and Ashley wears her hair up a lot to do the podcast. And anytime my kids have seen Ashley, they'll walk through and see me recording, or they'll watch me editing or something, and they go, "Oh, she looks just like Mom." They don't look that much alike at all, but I do understand.
But we favor.
Squint-eyed from across the room on a computer monitor. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
or
100%.
If you don't know how tall you are, for instance, yes, that curly redhead standing beside me must be my co-host that's here to see the Anne Rice event. No.
No, if you see me in real life, you might think I was standing in a hole.
Okay, let's see. We would have been
right,
way
Melissa.
many more foreigners if it were not for the current situation.
Right.
I think you're right. And that's why I'm so hopeful, honestly, about the 27 event, because
Same.
we're turning that tide. I know a few other Canadians from the group who wanted to come but decided not to.
Yeah.
Speaking of Canadians,
it's been a big talk about that.
Melissa,
we talked about that a lot.
You collected a Canadian on the way down that didn't even know about us, but was coming for the event, and now suddenly they're Coven members too. It's so much fun.
It was really fun watching people drag absolute strangers into this. It was also hilarious.
So I did a business call with a guy on Friday morning this week who is somebody I look up to in the podcasting space. Anyway, I had picked his brain about my course and about some stuff that I'm doing for the day job. But since he and I were on, I mentioned this. He asked how I was, and I'm like, I got to tell you, man, I'm on this creative high that is really, really incredible to ride, but at the same time, it feels overwhelming, and I don't want to misstep. I feel like it would be very possible for me to let something stall or miss an opportunity or whatever.
Yep.
And once I had laid some things out for him, the phrase that he used, and I like Kelly's for the title of this episode better, but this is another good one. He said, "You're not asking the right questions audaciously enough. That's why you haven't moved to the next level of your business yet." And y'all, I'm just going to take him at his word. Honestly, I'm buying that as another moment of the universe talking to me, and so I'm beginning to ask more audacious questions. Do y'all want to throw a live event in New Orleans where we go to a cool theater and we stand on stage and do this show where we're opened for by Rose Sinister and her podcast? Do y'all want to do a whole convention where we do a costume contest and karaoke and vendors and maybe a flash tattoo deal? How about a board with 6 or 7 designs you could put fangs on, or a fleur-de-lis for whatever, a flat rate from a tattoo artist, right? We could do that if y'all want to do that. So I'm asking audacious questions.
Yes.
All right. Ask audaciously like Lestat would. You're goddamn right I am, Mandy. Yes.
Yeah. What example are we following if not Lestat's?
James says, I've met a couple of podcast people in the past 10 years. Ashley and Joel, you two are by far the most genuinely kind and authentic people. Being in person or on the podcast, you deserve all the praise. Mwah. Thank you, Kyle.
That is so sweet.
All right. I don't want this to take forever, and the stuff is on sale now, so honestly, I kind of want to go promote it, and I want to put this together and put it out for patrons. Tonight, as we're doing this, is Saturday. I'm going to put this out tonight for any patron. Even if you're a free patron, you're going to get a bump, and hey, this thing is out there for you to go look at and listen to. We're going to put it out on Sunday night for YouTube and the podcast feeds, and they get Talamasca episode. What are we on? 4, I think, is what we've already released. We're about to release. Yeah, 4 comes out on Sunday for patrons and Monday for everybody else, which, by the way, y'all got spoiled on something really cool in episode 4. If you see a trailer, no, you didn't. Don't look at it. Just go watch episode 4. Just go watch episode 4. You're going to like it better that way. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the schedule for a minute, the upcoming schedule.
Okay,
Ashley.
Yeah.
Okay,
Plan our
so
lives.
we've got Talamasca, The Secret Order. I'm going to say season 1, we hope. That's going to finish on November 23rd. The last episode goes up November 23rd, for us anyway, for patrons. Talamasca follow-up episode, we're going to do it the next week on November 30th. We'll do all your feedback and follow-up. We'll talk about where we think the series could go. We'll talk about where it leaves the universe.
Hopefully
because
we'll
theoretically...
hopefully we'll have a renewal announcement by then.
Hopefully. That's on November 30th. On December 7th for patrons, we're going to do pitching the next Immortal Universe series. We know that Mark is talking out here that every 3 or 4 months he's calling AMC and go, you want one more? You want one more? So Ashley,
another one.
Here's your little project. You got a few weeks to work on it. Let's both put together a pitch for what would be our choice for the next Immortal Universe series. Okay. Y'all love the tier list so much, and we enjoyed doing it too. On December 14th, we're going to tier list the Vampire Chronicles and the Mayfair Witch novels all together, minus the Prince Lestat trilogy, because we still haven't read it. So those last three books won't count. We'll do everything except the last 3 books. We'll tier list them. All right. On December 21st for patrons, right before Christmas, Rose Sinister is going to be on again. She's going to be talking about her new ventures, which are many. We're going to discuss that again in a minute. But primarily, she's going to be promoting her own podcast. She's going to launch a podcast on December 26th is the goal. That might slip, but we think it's going to be right after Christmas. She's going to launch with 3 episodes. By the way, when she's on our show, she told me that she's got some Anne Rice info for us that is going to blow our minds. So my guess is the way she's met us, so it's not that she's going to tell us her name was really Howard, okay?
No.
It's something that's going to be juicy. We're going to enjoy it. Look forward to that. And then I might even put an episode of her show in our feed or something. She's going to do 3 episodes to launch on December 26th, and then she'll do bi-weekly after that. It's going to be more long-form storytelling, folklore, history stuff.
Love it, y'all. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be so good. Think about her tour, but what if she's not limited to just that geography, right? She can do all sorts of things. Okay, that is on the 21st for us. We'll release that episode with her. There's going to be a Patron Feature Special that's going to come out for patrons of any level. Even free ones are going to get this episode on December 24th. It'll release right before Christmas as a little stocking stuffer for you. What is that episode going to be? If you are a $10 level patron, if you are a child of the millennia, is what we call that, before Black Friday, or by Black Friday, I should say, the end of Black Friday. This is our sales event this year. If you're a $10 patron by the end of Black Friday, we're going to have you on. We're going to have you on the show. We're going to talk you through your Anne origin story, give us a little bit of something special about you. One of the things that we discovered at this event was that literally every single one of you, you're a beautiful artist. You've got some crazy ability. You're doing some awesome job. We mentioned Jolie runs the distillery and whatnot already. Like Mandy keeps posting these things in this chat group. We knew she was a cross stitch. We've got a cross stitch of her VL. She's got the VL logo for us. Yeah, bingo, and that's lovely. But y'all, she's got a face of Lestat. She showed the face of freaking Bill Skarsgård.
They're fucking portraits.
The Skarsgård one, I did not know it was cross-stitch. I thought it was a painting or something until I zoomed in and I was like, good God. Anyway, y'all are fascinating. And so I want to highlight some of our patrons, and in particular, I've been thinking about another show that I look up to a lot, Trivial Warfare. I used to edit his show, Jonathan Oakes. He's got multi-level patrons, and you've got to be at, I think, the $10 or $12 level or whatever it is before you can come on the show as a contestant for the trivia show that they do,
That's
right?
cool.
But that's a big boon for the audience to get up to that level. So they're like, yeah, I'd like to be on the show. So there we go. We haven't done anything like that for our $10 levels. I wanted to do something special for y'all.
I love it.
We didn't have time to do some new topics exactly before Christmas. So that's what we're going to do right at Christmas. We'll do that feature. If you are a $10 level patron, be watching. I'm going to send you a message. We'll schedule it up. My thinking is probably what we'll do is we'll do like 2 or 3 of you at a time on a live stream like this together, where we're just for us and we're recording. We'll bring one of you on. We'll chat for a little while, and then you can go back into the audience, and that way, like, nobody feels like they're on the spot, but also you're not out in public, right? We're not gonna hang you dangling over the crowd.
No. We would never.
So Nancy Ward, I kept wanting to feature Nancy Ward. That's how this got started. I was like, I want to do something with her, and I thought about a couple of things. I've suggested a couple of things to her, and she was sort of like, don't put me on the spot. And it occurred to me, I'm like, oh yeah, we've got a whole group full of neurodivergent, probably antisocial, social anxiety folks. They probably don't all want to get on stage and dance. Actually,
nope, absolutely not. Some people would hate that.
In this bite-sized form, I think you folks will be excited about that. So,
and it gives us all another chance to get to know each other better, which I am here for 100%.
I want all of you, even the folks that couldn't come to New Orleans, to get a glimpse into how beautiful this Coven is, so that you know you got to be there at one of these events in the future. Okay, and I want to make this point too, because I haven't said it so far. I do know that finances are an issue for everyone, no matter how well you're doing. But if you are someone who has been struggling the past few years, now is a particular time of struggle. We get that. First of all, you don't have to come to any of these. The live streams, we're trying to make them as affordable as possible and as reachable as possible, so that can be your little piece of it, if that's what you can do. But more than that, I want to tell you too, we will talk about it. We will put it on Instagram. We will share things from it. And even after the fact, the live recordings will become episodes on their own. Now, the full day's event, the presentations and stuff, that will only ever be for the live stream in 2027. But the live recordings it'll take a while. We'll make you wait for it, but we will put those out as full episodes for everybody to listen to and watch eventually. If finances are a concern, do not go and schedule trips in both 26 and 27. I'm just telling you. If you already had a trip in 26, don't feel bad that you're going to miss the big blowout in 27, because if any of this is successful, there will be a 28 and there will be a 29. And as Kelly said, we're not going in the direction of it not being a big thing.
Exactly.
We will not, they won't get smaller, right? So if you're already planning on being there for Halloween 26, great. Buy the live stream, get the ticket when you get a chance, come and join us. It'll be an awesome time. If you're already thinking about going back in 27, because we had mentioned that vaguely, or you were like, yeah, a couple of years from now I'll go back, great. Put that one on the docket for yourself. Don't feel like the pressure that you have to join. You can join us from afar in various ways, is my point. I don't want anybody
and the
to
clubhouse
go into debt
doors
for this.
are open. So
always.
It is not, 100%.
Will and I have just had our honeymoon at that time next year, but it's on for 27. There you go. All right, Patrick. Excellent.
See, exactly.
And look, you have your honeymoon, and then you just lay back and watch the live stream together, and you guys can canoodle with us in the background. It'll be wonderful. It'll be exactly.
Well, we are definitely the proper background for canoodling.
I think it's going to be a very sexy background noise for a honeymoon. I tell you. Brand says, "Oh snap! Oh snap! Indeed, all sorts of fun shit for y'all coming, y'all." So like, again, we're not headed in the direction of it not being a big thing. Exactly. I want to thank each and every one of you for validating us and patting us on the back and saying yes, yes, and yes, and yes, and. I want to thank particularly Casey Forrester. I mentioned her already, but I want to mention her again. She was one that pushed for some venue help, and she's already reached out to a couple of people for me. Wow. Big thank you to Rose Sinister, because she's doing the same thing and chasing down. She gave me a bunch of good leads. She's chasing down some things for me. Tony Ann also made some really, really great suggestions and has been a big proponent of this. I want to thank you, Tony. Melissa, we already mentioned. Mandy, Zach, Kayla. I'm leaving some of y'all out. But like, y'all, this was fun before. Do you know how much fun it is now?
It's even
Do you know how much fun it is now?
Fucking A. That's the thing that I'm like, this was so good and awesome and fun before. It's got a whole other layer of like chocolatey nougat goodness. I'm so excited.
Okay, here's the one other addition that I want to announce on this, and it's sort of the same thing. It's like, what are we doing for our patrons to make that a value proposition? We're going to start adding one segment to every episode, whatever our regular topic is for the show. Like next week, we're going to talk about Talamasca episode 5. Great. When the show is done, we will do a segment that's for patrons only. If you're a $2 level patron or up, you're going to get it. But the first one, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, we're going to talk about It, Chapter 1 and 2, the movies. We're going to get to Derry eventually. Welcome to Derry. But I want to talk about the movies. I've been watching It, Chapter 2 this weekend, and I'll give you a little tease. I had never seen it before, Ashley.
You said you didn't really remember it.
I didn't remember it. I've never seen this movie before, and I was shocked as I went through it. Your criticisms were absolutely spot on, and I've got some interesting things to say about it. But I want to talk about that. We're going to talk about the mini series as well, and some things that it does well.
I've got
these are going to be
real
brief
thoughts, but
we're not going to do a whole episode right after the episode. These are going to be like 15, 20-minute conversations. But several of the podcasts that I love personally and that I've subscribed to, that is one of the things they have an extra segment for members.
I like
We're going to have an extra segment for members from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, and that won't go on the YouTube. That won't go on the regular podcast feeds. If you do like to listen, you can subscribe at the $2 level or higher, and you can get your RSS feed in your podcast app from Patreon, so you'll be able to listen to that extra segment there. But it'll only go up on the Patreon. So check all of that out. People are cheering us in the group, so I'm going to take that as a good thing.
I guess you like that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you all for the extra time. Thank you all for supporting our big audacious questions.
I mean, my gosh, you guys, you're such wonderful people. We are so lucky. We are such lucky people.
Guaranteed, the 26 live stream pre-sales will stay open until the end of November. The 27 live stream pre-sales will stay open at least until January 1st. Depending upon the numbers and what we're looking at for spaces at that point, we may have to close them to lock down deals. But that's how long you got for sure. $25 to get the live stream and the ability to buy a ticket to the 26 event. $50 to buy the live stream and an ability to buy a ticket to the 27 event. If you want to guarantee ability to buy a ticket for a friend, they need to buy the live stream too. All right, there's all the things. We love you. I'm going to keep asking big audacious questions, and Ashley's going to keep yes-anding me, and we will march on into the future.
Absolutely. Oh, Mandy,
right.
You can have an It book club. We will make that happen for you. I will do whatever you want, Mandy. I love you.
No, that would be the play. Maybe we just go ahead and make this a little series. So we'll do the after segments. We're going to do the It movie. We'll talk about the miniseries. We'll talk about several episodes of the Welcome to Derry TV show. And then when that's over, we can talk about the book. I read it recently. You just finished it, didn't you? I just
finished it, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we'll do a whole series of It's here as our first after segments, our first bonus segments for patrons.
I love you.
All right. We've gone longer than I really intended to here, folks. So we are gonna wrap it up now. Look forward. Sunday night for patrons, you're gonna get Talamasca episode 4. That'll go out on all the YouTube feeds and everything on Monday. Next week, Talamasca episode 5, then Talamasca episode 6, and then we got those cool topics coming up after that. Yeah. Lots of fun for everyone. All right.
Yay!
Until next time, we've been your hosts. I'm Joel.
I'm Ashley.
And we are the Articulate Coven.
Thank you for sharing this time with the Articulate Coven. Support the show as either a free or paid member at articulatecoven.com/join. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Find more from the Coven with our sister show, Flan Again, covering the works of Mike Flanagan.